Hi, I'm Al Bundy here in New Jersey State House, talking to New Jersey State Legislator on this special edition of Meet the Leaders, brought to you by Altice USA. My special guest is State Senator Gopal. Welcome.
Great to be with you.
We were just talking before we went on air a little bit about sports betting, which is new here to New Jersey. It's taken a while to get here, but it's finally here. It's at several racetracks already, but I understand it might be coming to racetracks in your area. Talk to us about that, what that means.
Sure. Well, we have it right now in Monmouth Park, and it's going to be coming to Freehold soon. It's legal for them to set it up, and they're starting that process. And it's been a huge boost, not just for revenue and tax revenue for the state, but we killed essentially a black market where a lot of bad things were happening in that gambling world, and we brought a lot of it out front. So I think it's a good thing for the state.
And you got more people at the racetracks.
A lot more people at the racetracks, a lot more people at the restaurants near the racetracks. It's great for the economy. Freehold Racetrack and Monmouth Park, specifically Monmouth County, are engines of our economy. Thousands of jobs there, direct and indirect, a billion-dollar economy, so it's all good things.
Speaking about the economy, one of the ideas that you have that you're passionate about is to see more regionalization, to see if we can get some shared districts. Let's start with school districts. What would you like to see?
So New Jersey currently has over 600 school districts, and I'd like to see that get closer to 320. There is a bipartisan plan that was put out by the Senate leadership to do just that, to basically essentially say that you need to have at least a high school in a district and at least have 3 schools in a district. The idea is your child still goes to the same classroom, still has the same teachers, but maybe at the top we cut some of that fat. So when we look at healthcare contracts, snow removal, waste management, superintendents, we start consolidating a lot of that, because the problem is when you have 600 different districts, all with their own budgets, all doing their own things, it gets very expensive.
Let's dive a little deeper into that, because as you know, there's some school districts that only have K through 4. They have maybe they only have up to the 8th grade.
And some districts that don't have any schools at all.
Talk to me about that one.
So they have an elected school board. They have children who live in the town, and that school board and that administration cost or that consultant superintendent is tasked with finding out where those kids go to other towns. So they're called non-operating districts.
But we paid all that money for an election.
You have an election to elect school board members, and there are no schools in the district. Lake Como is one that's an example in Monmouth County.
Amazing. Talk to me more about the regionalization. How about municipalities?
Sure. Well, studies have shown in a lot of the smaller towns there's less savings, but when you look at across shared savings opportunities, whether it comes to dispatch, health services, understanding what the county does, there's a lot of opportunity to save. At the end of the day, the 2 Princetons in Mercer County did merge, and the studies have shown that they did make savings in a significant amount of areas. So New Jersey has had an unhealthy addiction to home rule for a long time, but when you have 565 towns, 600 school districts, hundreds of authorities, agencies, parking, sewer, there is a way, when you look at these contracts, to start doing things in an inexpensive way. We can do it in a humane way, where we do it through attrition and we respect people, but maybe looking towards the future, how we can save money.
Let's go back to schools. There have been modifications, adjustments to the park exam, one that had a lot of controversy, a lot of pushback, especially from parents. What do you think about the new modification? I think teachers will not be evaluated quite as strongly.
We are headed in the right direction. There's a lot of factors that determine a child's success, including things that may not be happening in a classroom. So I don't think it's fair to hold a teacher fully accountable for a standardized test. So I think we're headed in the right direction. I think it has to be a lot of other factors and a lot of other pieces. New Jersey is known to have one of the best education systems in the country, and that's because of our teachers who are not among the highest paid of our public employees. So I think we're heading in the right direction. We've got to continue to move forward that a child has a well-rounded education. We just don't focus on a standardized test.
Before we go, the opioid crisis, we are still frightened by what we see, big concerns about new drugs like fentanyl that is now becoming even a killer to EMS, healthcare people who are trying to assist people with opioid problems. Talk to us what we can do, need to do in this area.
Well, look, we have a problem in this country. The war on drugs in the United States has failed miserably. We've spent billions of dollars. That's why I favor the legalization of marijuana. I think we need to get nonviolent criminals away from our law enforcement dollars, because that's what we're focusing right now. And we should be focusing on these harder drugs and these meds that are
Yeah, opioids are medication.
yeah,
Most people.
meds that are truly addictive, prescription drugs. Some by prescription, and some that are not.
Still street sales for.
Still street sales, yes. So I think that's where we need to focus. We need to make sure the education is there. There's clear studies show there's addiction issues that can affect a lot of other things. I don't think last year we saw Governor Christie did a lot of TV advertisements related to the opioids. I don't think that's helpful. I don't think we should be spending on media and marketing. I think Governor Murphy and his administration have done a good job as it relates
What's
to...
the difference in the approach?
The difference is Governor Christie was more focused on a media campaign and doing TV ads and marketing and radio and all that, where this is more focused on programs. And I've watched it in Monmouth County. We have facilities that help people with drug addictions and prescription addictions.
More education?
More education and more taking the patient and focusing on trying to help them make corrective actions, which that wasn't the case a year ago. It was just you saw a TV commercial and you call a phone number, and that's not that helpful.
One of the old concerns we used to have about just say no. We're out of time. We've been talking to State Senator Gopal here at the State House at this special edition of Meet the Leaders.